the highest level in a finance for a company called a designation called CFO.
Yeah.
So what is next for them? Is it like they opt for a bigger business later on? What is a challenge and the fire? Like you in the age of like me or 30s, early
Yeah.
30s,
Yeah.
no, you have become now CFO.
Yeah.
So what is next for you? Because I am sure there is more than 30, 35 years still lying, in
Yeah.
your professional career. So what is that you think for yourself that what is next for Ashish?
Uh, feels like an interview. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think, of course, all those options, going to a global role, things like moving to another industry, moving to higher turnover business and companies as CFOs. All those options are open for anyone, any CFO, including myself. Uh, Even as a freelancer, you can work. A virtual CFO of a company more than one is also on the table. So I think one can choose any option if there's a right fit between the requirement and CFO skills. But the way I like to think about it is that it is no different, not materially different to how I picked my first role. You know, it is about asking those right questions to yourself, having the next 1 to 2 roles in my mind, and making sure that this complements
Yeah,
the long term journey, whatever thing
true.
I'm picking next. I think that's how I like to think about it, not to complicate
And I
it at
often
all.
heard a thing like CFOs are now a co-pilot for a business, or the founder or a co-founder or a MD for a company.
Yeah.
So why do they say this? I mean, why co-pilot is a
Like I
term?
said, the modern CFO, one of the top skill which is required, or the top priority from a CFO, is to do business partnering. And if I club, the things that I said, the CEOs or the board is looking at you as a strategic partner. Why is that? Because the role of data has tremendously risen over the years.
Mm.
And when it comes to uh, the data processing and giving the insights from the data, meaningful information, so that decision making can be enabled, the CEO, the board, the investors, they look at you.
Yeah,
So your role has uh, risen along with the power of data, right?
correct.
So all of them are looking at you when it comes to decision making, or enabling the decision making.
Decision making.
So I think it is more of facilitating the business, no longer keeping the records of the business. It is also the facilitating the business priorities and the day to day operation of the business, and that's where the partnering to the business partnering comes into play, and it's a big role. In fact, uh, if I give you, I don't know, I don't remember exactly where I read it, but one of the surveys said that the modern CFOs are saying that they spend 60% of their time on business strategy and transformation,
Mm.
and not on conventional things that
Oh,
they were doing,
correct,
right?
correct.
So this is the expectation which is there, and rightfully so. And I think it's great thing for the finance
Yeah,
fraternity.
true.
It's a great opportunity from a learning standpoint, from a growth standpoint. The reason we see these days that more and more CFOs are becoming CEOs of the company, I think
Yeah,
these are the reasons for that.
because of that business exposure or the acumen which they are getting over the period of
Absolutely,
time.
absolutely. You don't know, no, you no longer have the financial acumen only. You are generating the business acumen. You are generating the sales and the BD acumen when you are
Yes,
into these discussions, when you are driving those things for the business. So the horizon is much wider today
correct.
for a
So,
CFO.
so BD is like something very close to my heart because no, when I started my journey, I didn't know about it.
Hmm.
It's like, and there is no book by plain reading you can just read and just do it.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of efforts, in fact, for me also to learn like, no, what is BD
Hmm.
actually.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So I am doing there is my CA certification, I have done MBA in finance, so
Yeah.
all of these things are there, but
Yeah.
still it took me a lot. Still I'm learning, I'm a
Yeah.
student,
Yeah.
that how BD is, what BD is. And then that is something which no ICI also think towards no implementing such change to make it at par with no other master's program
Hmm.
which is running
Yeah.
no as part of that curriculum, because this
Hmm.
is like something very prestigious course
Yeah.
uh, in the finance domain per
No,
se.
absolutely. And the mantra of learning, that 70-20-10 rule, uh,
Hmm.
it itself says 70% of the learning comes on the job.
Right.
So irrespective of what books you have read, irrespective of what classroom trainings you have taken, yes, that gives you a head start, that gives you the foundation, that sets the foundation for you, but you learn on the job 70% of the time.
True,
So,
true.